It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. Chapter 19 official teasers are here. Literally, as soon as I updated my video, Dead by Daylight did a whole shopping spree, essentially, of a bunch of teasers. We're going to talk about it in this video. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the king. Welcome back to the channel, to the official Chapter 19 teaser. There is a lot to digest and a lot to talk about. We're not going to waste much time. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're brand new for some more DBD content because it's about to get hot in here. So let's jump on into it. So if you go over on Dead by Daylight's Twitter right now, their entire scene is changed. They no longer have their glitchy Dead by Daylight logo and all the extra promotions. It is completely different. And as you can see, their name is different as well, and it now says Magnum Opus. And if you search up what Magnum Opus actually means, it says a large and important work of art, music, or literature, especially one regarded as the most important work of an artist or a writer. And in other words, a masterpiece. So a lot of people didn't really know what to make of this. You know, I, for one, just posted my video and this just dropped straight upon us. And then also, if you take a look at their header, it says Mighty One Entertainment, and you can see that it has, and then at the top you can see what is meant to be an M and the number 1, so M1. So this was pretty interesting. Now, it doesn't stop there. It carries on. They then go ahead and tweet out, been working all night, and they use the hot beverage emoji. And they said, stay tuned, hashtag, and the hashtag is in Korean. When translated, this hashtag means fighting. And the picture is of a coffee cup, and it has a little heart in it, and it also has the logo that we just saw on the header. So that was quite interesting as well. And pretty much, there's not much going on here, but if you actually take a very close look at the reflections of what's on this, you can see some skyscrapers that are in the background. Now, being that this text is Korean as well, this could essentially mean that this is going to be based around Korean heritage or something along the lines of that. Makes a lot of sense. Now, things don't stop there as well. They continue with Xbox replying to them saying, the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. Dead by Daylight replies and says, latte this time, already had 2 macchiatos earlier today. So it's quite interesting that Xbox is having some dialogue with them, especially right on cue. As soon as this tweet was out, about 5 minutes later, they decided to reply to this, which makes me instantly think that Xbox definitely has something to do with this. Microsoft and Behavior have been working on this project together. It could mean that they are working on something in a sense that this is what they call their masterpiece and that's what it's going to be, or maybe it's something that has to do with license. A lot of people made the connection, and weirdly so, with Master Chief and Masterpiece and Xbox, and they're like, oh my god, and Halo is not coming into DVD. It definitely wouldn't fit. And I'm just gonna put this out there. I don't think that this chapter is licensed whatsoever. Maybe they did work on with Xbox, or maybe they didn't, but I can almost guarantee that this chapter is not going to be licensed. And the reason why I'm saying that is because normally when you have a licensed chapter coming on into the game, it is quite obvious that the chapter is licensed. Think about the previous licensed chapters that we've received. We pretty much knew right away what the chapter was. And even if it was like a little bit of a tease, it was quite easy to put together if you just really look at the clues. We had the Freddy Claus, we had the Pyramid Head 4, so on and so forth. They were just right in your face. When it comes down to so many more original things, they're a lot more elaborate, and you really got to think about it and look for context clues in order to get everything to work. So my video earlier today, you can completely disregard it, and you can save that and put it in your back pocket for the next chapter in Chapter 20, which we'll get to in a second. The next thing on the list here that we have is obviously the profile picture, and this is probably the most revealing thing that we have of all of this, and this is of a survivor, and we can see the 2 colors on them of being pink and blue, and they're just there. If you brighten up the image, you can actually see that they're wearing a very lovely piece of clothing, but that's all that we have from this. Now keep in mind as well, the South Korean flag features the colors of red and blue, and this isn't necessarily directly red or blue, it's more pink and baby blue, but it has a correlation. A lot of people have also made the correlation of these colors to the bisexual flag. Maybe it can give more lore and perspective on what the survivor's sexual orientation is. We know that Dead by Daylight said that they want to be a lot more vocal with this, so this could just be a big hint towards that. But that is pretty much all we know about this survivor, and it looks pretty cool. Now, a lot of people have also been speculating that maybe this isn't a survivor at all. Maybe this is the killer. Maybe this is just some lore. Again, it is too early to actually put our finger on any of this, and we're just taking things at face value. Now, I'm going to give you what I honestly think. I think that this is going to be an original chapter, and the reason being is that normally for the 5th year, you want to get a really big chapter. Last year we had Silent Hill, and it really just sets the tone for the entire year. So I'm thinking that with this chapter, it'll be original, and then for year 5, we're going to get something absolutely amazing. Now, I've seen so many theories and so many comments that are still in the license mentality, and I just don't see it being a licensed chapter. That's just me. I could probably eat my words and, play this clip and laugh at me, but it just doesn't make too much sense. But all that we can gather from this is that there is a person that is shown in the header. We have the Masterpiece essentially as their name. They have the Mighty One Entertainment. They're in conversations with Xbox, and there's going to be something to do with Korean heritage or correlation to Korea. That is pretty much all we know about this, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of the Chapter 19 hype. Now, does this relate to anything that we've seen a little bit earlier today when we made our theories about the gaming setup and the glitch logos? We don't really know. But it does leave a lot of more speculation where people are saying either the survivor or the killer definitely has to do with something with glitches. Obviously, we saw the glitchy logo, and then they got hacked, essentially. A lot of people actually initially thought that they were hacked, and I can confirm from the devs themselves they were not hacked. This is completely intentional. And this is what a lot of people speculated, that the power or maybe the survivor is going to have roots in, or heritage is in, or the killer might have their power into that, whether that being original or anything like that. And this is also what we theorized earlier on in today's video, saying that if it is an original killer, this can likely be the power. Maybe it affects generators and they can glitch it out, or some of your equipment, or whatever the case may be. We'll have to wait and see, of course. But that is the only thing that people are drawing together because it kind of makes sense. And we've seen Dead by Daylight pull a stunt like this before when it was December and the Wealth took over the account and he was giving out a bunch of codes and doing all these things. So maybe this is their new marketing strategy, the way that they want to push these chapters out and everything else out. So it makes a lot of sense. I honestly didn't expect this to come out today, especially not when we just posted a video. So it is quite interesting. Let me know what you guys think about it. What do you make of this? What are your crazy theories? A lot of people are speculating a lot of things, and I absolutely love hearing everything that you guys have to say. As more information comes, as I'm sure it will, we'll keep you guys updated. And normally when we receive some of these teasers, it's typical that we get more information and then we get the reveal of when the PTB is going to be out. Normally they typically put these out on Thursdays, which is why I was shocked that they decided to do it on a Wednesday. So we might get some more information, and then it could lead to the PTB actually being this Tuesday, as early as this Tuesday, the first week in March. Or we could end up waiting, which would be a little bit more preferable because we got to build up some of that hype and we get on into the following week in March, which would be 1 week from next Tuesday. And then if that goes along, we'll end up seeing what this new killer is. But don't be too shocked if you receive a lot of this information over the weekend. You're going to see a lot more videos being chucked out talking about what this killer can be and everything else like that. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel to stay up to date with all the Dead by Daylight content. I'll be updating you as soon as it comes out, and it's going to be pretty cool. And again, as I mentioned earlier in today's video, on Saturday, we're going to be having our Twitch subathon. It's going to be an end of a month celebration, so please come on out. The link will be down in the description down below, or you guys can come out to twitch.tv/theking. Make sure you guys also join the Discord to stay up to date with all of these news infos. I typically keep the Discord up to date when things drop, and sometimes I update the YouTube community tab as well, so you guys can be right on top of everything as soon as we see the information. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below and share this video with your friends as well to let them know what's going on with everything. Let me know your crazy theories down below as well. And as always, I'm the King. I did my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fall.